Hey, what's up, Knife Tube? Okay, today we're going to discuss probably the most edge retention you can get for your dollar. And that would be the CQI model. So any of the newer model, the newer runs, new production of the Spyderco Urban. It is a slip joint in M398. This steel is actually extremely impressive. The edge retention that this stuff is capable of is actually pretty damn wild. You can pick these up for, depending on where you get them, if you get it under MAP, be around $60, or around 72, which is MAP. So you can go on Amazon and pick one up for $70. And while it is a slip joint, Spyderco does them right. It's a nice stout back spring. You got this 50-50 choil up here, so even if it does close, it's not going to cut you. You got your finger there supporting it. It's got a half stop. Easily one hand open and closable. You're not going to Spidey flick it, I can tell you that, but it's extremely ergonomic. It fits the hand beautifully. It has enough cutting edge to take care of pretty much any of your typical EDC type task out there. Your cutting edge is what is that, about 2 3/8, right at 2 3/8 inch cutting diameter, or cutting length, or sharpened edge length. The knife overall is basically 6 inches, or 6 inches. It's extremely light, carries very, very nicely. .9 ounces, or 54 grams. So extremely light and carries very nicely. Spyderco's wire clip is great. It's got enough texture that it ain't going nowhere, but not too much. Not going to tear your jeans up. And like I said, if you're on the choil, easy with XL hands, easy to get a full 4-finger grip. You have big, tall flat grind, so it comes down quite thin, thinner than most Spyderco's geometry. I'd say this probably around 14, about 14 thousandths. So a tick thinner than your typical Spyderco geometry. And yes, Maniago is where this is manufactured. It's not going to be ran as hard as you can run M398, but it's ran hard enough. And the edge retention is really, really good. It actually outcuts Golden Spyderco S90V, and that is a very long cutting steel, and this stuff outcuts it by a meaningful amount, or a noticeable amount, I should say. Plus you got that nice thin geometry, so these things slice like crazy. It's just one of those knives that it's literally perfect as it is. It is a perfect design for EDC. Locking, I mean, locking knives are nice, but I don't feel, when I'm carrying these, these slip joints from Spyderco slip joints, I don't feel like I'm missing that lock. And I do quite a bit of, serious use around the house, around the homestead. So these knives get worked pretty hard. This is actually a brand new one because I got it for a smoking deal on eBay. The other one I have has been very well used. I also have one of these in the pre-CQI models. It's an N690 CO. I haven't used it in a long time, but this is vastly superior to the old model. And the steel, you put a nice 320 to 600 grit edge on it, and it just cuts and cuts and cuts and cuts and cuts. Yeah, it's a steel that really likes that very aggressive. It cuts very aggressively. Think of how S30V is. It's a steel that it doesn't really do well polished, but when you put an edge that it likes, say 320, just say 320, it just maintains that aggression for basically the life of the edge. That's exactly how this steel reacts, except on steroids. You have tremendous amount of carbide volume in this steel. Now, it's not super hard carbide, but it's carbide nonetheless. So it maintains that shredding type edge profile that just digs in and cuts. And I would put money on it that dollar for dollar, this is the most edge retention you can get in a pocket knife. $70 if you shop around 60, and it will cut for a really, really long time. If you're not cutting super abrasive items, you can pretty much just drop that back perpetually. If you are cutting, more abrasive, tougher media, then the edge will break down, but it does so very slowly, and it will always, until that edge is pretty much gone, it will maintain that aggression. This is not a steel that'll slip and cut. This is a steel that digs in and cuts. One reason why I love it so much. Now, I've never had a problem with edge stability. It is definitely not the toughest steel out there, but I've never once had a problem with edge stability running it at 15 degrees per side. 30 inclusive, and it's ready to do its thing. And that's, doing pretty aggressive, tough cutting around homestead. So, but within reason, I'm not super side loading the hell out of the apex, or definitely prying with it or anything like that. I'm using the knife how it's intended to be used. It is for cutting. And I've never had an issue at 30 inclusive for edge stability. Now, if you're somebody who's going to really be using it in a way to where you will be applying like heavy side loads, or you're really, smacking into super hard, smacking into hard items as you're cutting, this is probably not going to be the steel that you would want. But if you're looking for a slicer that cuts extremely well, has very impressive edge retention, and can be had for an extremely low price, the M398 Urban is the knife. Most edge retention per dollar on the market. Alright guys, like, share, subscribe, please. I want to grow. And don't forget, I haven't been saying it in every video, but I need to start doing it at the beginning of the video. When I reach 1,000 follows, I will give away a brand spanking new Stage 5 lightweight from Spyderco as soon as I reach 1,000 subscribers. Alright, thank you guys.